Good morning, guys. It is Sunday. I I was planning on last night of what I could probably do to get back out and make some videos and try to figure out, what is it that I can show. And I had a couple ideas, but I wasn't really sure what I could do first. And then it was going through YouTube, watching some of my favorite YouTubers, in the lawn care subjects. Of course, always gotta watch Yard Bra. I mean, dude's so entertaining. He always keeps it like informational and just entertaining at the same time. And as watching him, Lord knows he actually just calls me out and tells everybody to kind of check out this channel of one hail of a lawn. Appreciate that so much. That was really really cool of him to do that. Felt bad because I haven't put out a video in what YouTube says 3 weeks, so it actually might be closer to a month, or at least it feels like that to me. So I need to get out and do something. I apologize, I haven't been out recording. I've still been out in the yard, not as much, but I just haven't been recording it because the heat's been so bad. There was a little bit of time where I wasn't just feeling too good. I just didn't want to record all that, just didn't have the energy to record. So I kind of want to give an update of where my yard is. And I do want to say that, as you can kind of see, there's some brown areas where my cool season grass is gone completely dormant. It could not take the heat. We're kind of going in and out of some drought periods. So there's more of that. So one hail of a lawn doesn't always mean the greatest part, because you could be, oh yeah, that's one hail of a lawn. Like, that is awesome. That is fire. Or it could be like, you're in the bad mode. This is not too good. We're in like, the beginning of Hale's Gate or something. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe you guys can help me come up with something of how to describe the bad side of this. But that's lawn care. You have to stay on top of it. Not everything's going to be perfect, and you just kind of roll with the punches and figure things out and correct it, and hopefully make things easier later on. So I've got my coffee, and I think I have a project. So the first thing we're going to do is walk you around the property and show the good, the bad, and the ugly. Alright, so you can see, I don't know, my yard's just got patches. It looks like it's trying to do the map of the world. And this whole strip up here is struggling. I have put seed there, but I think it's so much of a slope that every time it rains, all the seed just goes down. Possibly there's also compacted dirt, which I've aerated. I've put soil on top, but I think some of that soil and sand has still washed down and then just uncovered the compacted clay that was underneath that. And so continually it builds up on the bottom part and then still has a hard time germinating at the top. So I don't want to do straw blankets or anything like that, because it's really just in patches. So I'm thinking about just covering these areas that are struggling with a little bit more soil and sand. Go heavier on the soil than the sand, because the sand will just be at the bottom of the hill, the issue. So let me kind of walk you around, just walk backwards. So yeah, I mean, the green part looks good. That's all Bermuda, and everywhere else, now you see the brown is where the Bermuda did not take or has not spread or germinated. And then everywhere else is where the Kentucky bluegrass just went completely dormant. And in this area, there's the possibility that the Kentucky bluegrass could have been stressed out a little bit, but not gone dormant. But here in Tennessee, where I'm in the middle part of Tennessee, it struggled. So yeah, I mean, I've got a drought tolerant type grass, and that does pretty good on stress, but it could not take it. Let's walk to the front. I'll show you what's going on because I've erased it in a sense. All right, guys, now in the front part of the lawn. So over here, I've got my neighbor strip right here. It's doing great. It's probably the most level area, so I'm not struggling with this at all. And let me kind of go over it. So you can see it's nice and green, it's level, and it continues. There are some brown spots in it. I kind of did some spot treatments on some weeds that I didn't want to just pull. I just wanted to get rid of it, so I sprayed it. Because every time I pulled it, some of it, I didn't think I was getting the root all the way, so I wanted just to kill it. On the other side, if I turn around, look at that mess. So the video that I was watching yesterday with Yard Bra, he was cutting down low. I think he verticut, and then he also aerated. This doesn't need to be aerated. I've kind of already checked the compaction. This area is not compacted whatsoever, so I'm not worried about that. This is pretty loose, but what I am having a problem with is if you can kind of see, there's strips of green and there's strips of brown. I don't know if you can see that too well on the camera. Wait, yeah, there we go. Now you see it? Okay. So it's uneven. It is really uneven. So if I'm mowing this direction, going side to side, it just feels like I'm on a roller coaster and going up and down. It was not always like that, but I think over time with the weight of my reel mower, it's pushing down on those areas, and every time I go over those bumps, I'm really just pressing those areas in a little bit more, and then just making the problem worse. So this year for the summer, my Bermuda that I've had for so long, which was a mixture of Arden 15 and I think some common Bermuda called Highlander that I've gotten quite a lot from Hancock Seed. You can also get a Highlander type at Lowe's or Home Depot. I can't remember if it was Pennington or Scott's that had Highlander in their mix, but might have to go back and get some more of that. So, all right, this is our project. So let's go to Lowe's, get some soil, get some sand. We'll mix it up in the Gorilla Cart, level this out, and put some seed down. Let's go. All right, guys, kind of want to show you what I've got, or what I picked up at Lowe's. So I went and just got the Stay Green lawn soil. This has got a little bit of fertilizer in it, 684. It's supposed to provide nutrients up to 3 months. We still might add in a little bit of starter fertilizer after we get this done. And then I just went and picked up some regular play sand. I tried to pick up a different type of sand, but this is fine sand. It's pretty good. Kind of wet, so that'll be a little bit of a problem spreading. But today it'll dry out pretty quick. So I'm gonna do a 1-to-1 ratio on this because this is a 1.5 cubic yard, I believe. Nope. What am I saying? Not cubic yard, cubic feet bag, and I believe this will cover a half. So let's mix it up, kind of see what the consistency looks like. We'll see if we need to adjust how many bags to what. Got some big chunks. I think this will be a pretty good mix. I did this in the backyard for a couple patches along where I did the trench line. It worked out really, really well. The seeds really liked it and went into those areas. Yeah, that is what I was looking for. Messy, but this will be really, really good for the line. This is the first one. We're gonna maybe start from the front and work our way back and keep going.
You say you don't wanna get in trouble, that you doing fine cause you got me. I don't wanna break your little bubble, but you gotta wake up to reality. Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full of dreams. Tears are a proof of failure, you just gotta let them flow without judge. There's so many ways to be happy, you can do whatever you like, you don't have to be ready, you just gotta trust the right, don't have to be scary, you just gotta follow the light, you're able to be happy, you can do whatever you like, you don't have to be ready, you don't have to be. I see you hesitating while you're waiting, like somebody's gonna give it to you. You gotta chase it, gotta believe it, you gotta go get it for yourself. Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full of dreams. Tears are a proof of failure, you just gotta let them flow without judge. There's so many ways to be happy, you can do whatever you like, you don't have to be ready, you just gotta trust the right, don't have to be scary, you just gotta follow the light, you're able to be happy, you can do whatever you like, you don't have to be ready, you don't have to be, you don't have to be ready, you don't have to be.
Okay, I didn't want to say this before when my neighbors were coming home because it wasn't them and I didn't want them to think I was talking about them, but there's a car passed by, had their windows down, and as they passed by they rolled the windows up, and I swear they farted, because as they passed by, got down to the end of the road, I could smell it. I mean, have you ever been driving down the road and you pass by a car that, I mean, you could be going 40, miles an hour, you pass by a car that's got their windows down and you can straight up smell their fart. I don't know if there's a name for that. That's not quite crop dusting. I don't know what that would be. Like car dusting. I don't know. Somebody come up with a name with that. Like, I mean, that had to have been thick. At first I was thinking it was the lawn soil though. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. Alright, just getting a water break and had to tell you that. I do 2 more bags on each. One dump there, one dump here. Yep. Alright. I put this up, somebody steals it. Alright, back from Lowe's. Got 2 more bags. I'm still thinking about the drive-by fart that happened earlier today. I think if you guys have any ideas what to call that or put a term to that, please put it in the comments. But I think I'm gonna see what OpenAI's ChatGPT can come up with. Who's funnier, OpenAI's ChatGPT or Google Bard's AI? So I'll put the question in there. I guess I'm gonna put up, what does ChatGPT think, and maybe put it over here, wherever there's a clear space. So pick your favorites from here. I'll probably put in text or something on the screen which one I think is funny. And then let's put up Google's version, the Google Bard. Ask the same question. See who's funnier. And again, I'll put which one my favorite is, or if there's multiple. Let's put a term to that, because I haven't heard anybody call it something else, just a drive-by fart. I know crop dusting is when you walk by somebody and you purposely do it, but drive-by, it's gotta be something else. So plan is come back out here. I'm gonna get in, take a shower, come back out at about maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock, and we are going to go ahead and put out the seed that I've got, and then cover it with a little bit of peat moss. So another really good reason I went back to Lowe's. All right, so I've got a couple different things. I went and got some peat moss. This is Stay Green's peat moss, and I've got some Pennington Smart Seed. It's got a little bit of fertilizer in it, Bermuda grass, 4 southern sunny lawns, and you can see 8 hours of sun, so that'll be fine. Durable and dense, 10 to 14 days of germination, of course, under optimal conditions. And on the back, see, so where will the seed grow? So you're looking down here. This is all the southern areas, and I'm in the middle part of Tennessee, so which is also in this area called the transition zone. So everything in this area is the transition zone. So Bermuda during the warm season will work, and up here again 8 hours. Planting depth, 1/4 of an inch. You don't want to go any deeper than that, but you can do 1/8, but 1/4 of an inch is good. See results in 10 to 14 days. Sorry about that, a motorcycle passed by. And mowing height, it says 1 to 1.5 inches, but I will probably cut it down to below the 1 inch to be around anywhere from 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, somewhere around there, probably more at the 3/4. So we're going to be just below this, which will be fine. It's just, you need a little bit more input, like nutrients, fertilizers, if you go below what your grass seed usually allows, but it will work.
This is what is in the bag. So this has got a little bit of chewings fescue, which is fine because it'll blend in with my Kentucky bluegrass during the cool season months once that comes back up. And then we've got New Mex Sahara Bermuda grass. I couldn't find the Highlander type that I've used before, but Sahara is fine. I've used this brand before, it's just been a long time, so we're going to go with that. Anytime you get just your regular big box store type seed, you are going to have a little bit of weed in it, so you can see weed seed, 0.1%, and then inert matter seed coating is most of your weight. Here, new lines 3.5 pounds. We're overseeding 1.75 pounds. We're going to go with a new line since I've ripped up most of it. It's not exactly an overseed, so we're going to go closer to the 3 pounds. And so let's look. Bare spots, Scott's Whiz. So we want to do a setting of 5. So let's adjust that to 5. Okay. And let's open this up and spread it out. Guys, so we've got the water going, water in the new seed, peat moss is on top, got a good spread over it, get it out of the way so I don't get sprayed. Alright, looks pretty good for the point that it's at, which means it's spotty with grass. I mean, there's still grass there, and all that grass will grow back, but now with the soil, sand, peat moss, new seed, this has definitely got soil to seed contact. We're gonna have, I think, a lot better luck than we had before. I just didn't have enough soil, and honestly, I think that soil that I brought in from a local place was loaded with weeds. And that's what was bothering me the most. I was fighting weeds more than I was having new grass pop up. So that's why I went with the bag. I knew the bag was going to have a lot less weeds. So that's what they're supposed to be known for. So I'll keep you guys updated. Stay tuned. I am Mickey Hale, and this is